Good morning. Welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Friday, August 1st. It is August. Welcome back to Bookeemonsters. We are here to look at the rest of the new releases that were published this week in Mysteries. And today is Friday Finishers, TGIF. So we're looking at the rest of the Cozy Mysteries. There's a lot of them, so we'll probably have to do drive-bys and maybe first paragraphs. We shall see. Quick announcements are I don't have any sprints tonight. I don't do them on Friday night. Our next sprints are tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern. They go for 5 hours. We do them every Tuesday and Thursday evenings and Saturday afternoons. So let's jump in. Rosie A. Point, fifth in the Bee's Bakery Cozy Mysteries, Danish Pastry and Death. A juicy secret, a snipped connection. Can Ruby and Bee untangle the mystery before the town's gossip mill turns deadly? And I didn't click on it. There you go. Bee Summer's rolling along just fine. Her bakery's full of regulars craving Danish pastries. Ruby's back at work, and Carmel, her mischievous dachshund, is finally out of her chewing phase. Life in Mystery Maine couldn't be sweeter until the town hairdresser vanishes. Resolutions and Executions, 15th in Max's Camper Van Case Files by Tyler Rhodes. The wedding day has finally arrived, but will it be happy ever after or death and apart? Yeah, that one always has page not found. I don't know why. Dead Famous by Peter Buckman, 5th in the Pumpernickel Mysteries. When rock legend Salvatore is gunned down at a party with a gun that was supposedly a stage prop, the prime suspect is quickly cleared by veteran lawyer Leo Wengrowski, but the list of people who wanted Salvatore dead is long and tangled. End of that row because the Wooly isn't there anymore. Murder on a Thursday by Marcy Blessy, 4th in the monthly Murder Movie Club Cozy Mysteries. Monthly Murder Movie Club Cozy Mysteries. It's the end of May in northern Michigan, which means one thing: tourists. They're back and they're everywhere, especially at the town's big parade, complete with marching bands, military honor guards, and floats galore. Unfortunately, for the monthly Murder Movie Club, Pamela has a brilliant idea: build a float to recruit new members, specifically second home owners. Murder Takes Flight by Colette Clark, 5th in the Lizette Darling Golden Age Mysteries. Murders in the Air, 1936. Lizette Darling, assistant to the top fixer at Olympus Studios, is thrilled to leave Hollywood behind for a whirlwind trip to New York for a special assignment. But the cross-country flight aboard a transcontinental airliner takes a deadly turn when the glamorous, reclusive woman in the first row is found dead after the second leg of the 15-hour journey. So a locked room. Signed, Sealed, and Deadly, 2nd in the Witchy at 50 Cozy Mysteries by Bella Colby. A ruckus of vengeful folk dancers and a dead competition judge. Can our 50-something rookie witch step-hop through the chaos to uncover the killer? They're saying like 50 is old. First-hand experience. No, it's not. The Vanishing Lady by K.J. Cornwall, 5th in the Jessie Harper Paranormal Cozy Mysteries. It's the 1930s in Liverpool, England, and eccentric Lady Beatrice Blenkinsop has done the unthinkable, vanished from her own glamorous gala without so much as a farewell wave. Enter Jessie Harper, an unconventional sleuth with a sharp mind, and a mystical cat named Con, who may or may not have all the answers but refuses to share. Alongside her steadfast partner, George Jenkins, a World War I veteran with nerves of steel, Jessie dives into a mystery that's equal parts baffling and bizarre. End of that row. Good morning, Cajun. Morning, everyone. Slept late. Just got up about 45 minutes ago. Woo! And Kim says, good morning. And she says, and I woke up around 5. Me too. Cajun said to Kim, that's usually about when I wake up, even on my days off. Yeah. It's Friday. It's catching up to us. Run to Earth, 6th in the Maisie Frobisher Mysteries by Liz Hedgecock. When Maisie and Fraser Hamilton pursue a suspect onto the Orient Express, they find their journey far from smooth. The train staff are distinctly suspicious of them. The newlyweds find themselves separated and sharing compartments with strangers. Let's talk to those strangers about swapping things. And Maisie's cabin mate is infallibly curious. And of course, they must make sure their quarry doesn't spot them. The discovery of an assassin on the train changes the dynamic. Halloween Ice Cream by Rosie Reed, 6th in the Cat Cafe Magical Mysteries. And if you think we believe that the cat was willingly wearing that mask, you are incorrect. I bet it's super glue. Tea, cake, and a very special question. It's almost Halloween in Royal Windsor, and novice witch Amber Eldritch is all set for a romantic date with her vampire policeman, David Van Dante. He says he's got something to ask. Oh, I bet it's not what she thinks it is. Vampire boyfriend. Oy. They're bloodless, if you understand. The Cadence Hills Guest by Finn Stakers. It always happens in threes. Fisher James needs a summer reset. A grueling year in the counseling office at Bumpus Mills High has left her drained, burned out, and desperate for escape. An adventure 1,000 miles from home, a chance to be someone else for a while, should be the perfect distraction, if only she can leave the weight of her hometown behind. And looks like it is set at a zoo. He just says someone somewhere has bandaged up arms, at least after wrestling that mask. Absolutely. Highly drugged and then super glued. Mermaids and Murder by Sienna Summer, 5th in the Sandy Cove British Mysteries. Sandy Cove is ready to celebrate. What it isn't ready for is a murder. Beneath the sparkle of Sandy Cove's favorite festival, someone is hiding a deadly secret. The 150th Annual Mermaid Festival is in full swing in the picturesque Cornish village of Sandy Cove. Colorful bunting dances in the sea breeze. The smell of fresh bakes wafts from Sweet Treats Bakery, and Maggie Treloar's Cavapoo biscuit is the festival's unofficial mascot. Oh, that's a dog, I guess. Maybe Cavalier and Poodle. Wow. Okay. End of that row. Again, we have to do drive-bys. There are a lot here. Murder Topples the Trip. 13th in the Dodo Dorchester Mysteries by Anne Sutton. Cocktails, casinos, and cold-blooded murder. If I remember right, this is maybe the 20s, maybe the 30s. Lady Dorothea Dodo Dorchester thought a Mediterranean holiday with her mother and sister would be blissfully uneventful, with nothing more dangerous than too much sun. But when her family is introduced to a motley band of British expats in the area, she soon discovers that beneath the civilized veneer of afternoon cocktails and artistic pursuits lurks something far more sinister. Halloween Hearsay by Kathleen Suzette, 38th in the freshly baked cozy mysteries. Allie Blanchard thought the Halloween bazaar would be all cupcakes, cookies, and community spirit, not confusion and murder. But when a body turns up, Allie and her best friend Lucy dive into the town's secrets to help crack the case. Podcast Pretenders and Pumpkins by Fran Heap, third in the Willowcroft Cozy Mysteries. They wore masks long before Halloween. Pumpkins are carved, the town is decorated, the annual jack-o'-lantern walk is set to begin in Willowcraft. When true crime podcaster Ro Harvey rolls in for the Tunnel Museum opening, she's not just chasing a story, she's digging up a legacy of lies. But before she can hit publish, Ro is found dead after the town's Halloween festivities, and the small town secrets start unraveling faster than a cheap costume. Main character looks to be Tammy Rumbelow. Here's a thought. These all happen at festivals. Don't have them. What do you mean, page not found? Page not found. All right. Another one has disappeared. Signed, Sealed, and Stabbed by Tessa Ora, a Penelope Sinclair cozy mystery. It was just another day of paw prints and vintage sales until a dead body landed on my to-do list. Returning from Mabel's walk, I find her owner Eloise skewered with an antique letter opener I just sold. Highwire by S.E. Biglow, 8th in the Brookhaven Cozy Mysteries. It's murder under the big top. Summer fun has come to Brookhaven once again, and Darcy is ready to enjoy the warm weather and outdoor festivities. Her relationship with Maggie couldn't be any better, and she finally feels like she's earned her place among Brookhaven's population. When a traveling circus comes to town, she jumps at the chance to take in the fantastical acts. Not everyone is pleased to have the travelers around. Muffin to Die For, first in the Cat in the Bakery books by Fallon Brown. Avery Young loves to bake and wishes, oh Lord. It's one of those where the pronouns are replaced with made-up words. So, no, here you go. Muffin to Die For, Fallon Brown. Sorry, I don't play that game. Drowsy Draught will be draft by Amy Diane. 6 in the Pet Potions Mysteries. They're not out of the woods yet. Hundreds of potionists have gathered to camp in the woods for the Potion Master Society's regional conference. This year, the Oyster Bay chapter is in charge of entertainment, and they've converted the boathouse into an escape room, and not just any escape room. If the walls don't grab you, the rug will. End of that row. Bunbury, Bitter Harvest. 19th in series by Helena Marchmont. Kim said, usually I can go back to sleep. This morning I feel like I've already made at least 10 trips to the bathroom. Oh, yeah, I hate it when that happens. And how is it possible I'll be 60 in a week? I know, it's crazy. And Cajun said to Kim, I know, I swear I was still in my 30s my last birthday. And happy early birthday. Indeed. Cajun says, I had to go back and look at what you meant. That is just strange. Yeah. It's one of those, I'm one of the 175,000 genders out there, so I don't have any pronouns. A wealthy developer has turned up in the picturesque Cotswolds village of Bunbury with the aim of building a luxury golf course. It will mean buying up nearby farmland, and the locals are bitterly divided over the scheme. Then one of the leading opponents is found dead in a murder staged to look like an accident. Murder at the Woolen Mill by Amelia Pine, first in the Northwoods Knitting Mysteries. Escape to Frosty Pines. Leave your worries behind, but watch your knitting. In the quaint town of Frosty Pines, Wisconsin, Julia Holmes seeks a peaceful escape from her hectic life. The tranquility shatters when she finds a body hidden beneath her cousin Cody's woolen mill machinery. With the local knitting group and charming log cabin architect Owen by her side, Julia dives into a mystery steeped in scandal and secrets. Who's Killing My Old Neighbors by John Spelstra, maybe? Eighth in the Old Guy's Murder Mysteries. She was the saint of the neighborhood, then somebody knocked her off. Charlie North thought he was living in a quiet, safe suburban neighborhood, the kind with nice lawns, helpful neighbors, and the occasional bake sale. But then neighbors get knocked off left and right. I bet it's the lawn wars. They take their lawns seriously. I know ours do. Murder at Edgewater Lane by Diana Zarissa. Oh, she has a new one. She has a lot of series going. Fifth in the Margaret and Mona Ghostly Cozies. Margaret and Ted are excited to be taking a vacation together. Margaret has always wanted to see the sights the United Kingdom has to offer. They leave the island planning for 2 weeks of adventure together. York is their first stop. In addition to enjoying their time in the historic city, Ted has a friend living there that they plan to see on their visit. James Long is a police inspector in York. He's happy to see his friend Ted, etc. I imagine they run into a body somewhere. End of that row. The Dog Days of Summer by Erin Hayden. Fifth in the Vista del Vino Mysteries. The heat is on in Vista del Vino, and so is the murder. Casey Nolan has been dreaming of the grand opening of her indie bookstore and cocktail lounge where book lovers can sip, shop, and stay a while. But when a guest drops dead, face first into his gin gimlet, her celebration comes to a screeching halt. Can you imagine all the licenses you'd have to have? You have to have a license to sell liquor. It's not like a tea shop. The Amethyst Ambiguity, which is also the cover. That's pretty. That would be a contender for that scavenger hunt we had. Blech, covers. Sixth in the Karen McLaren. Karen McLaren, your parents didn't like you. Cozy Mysteries, book number 6. It's summertime in Callisto on Spain's Costa del Sol. Though it's tourist season and the holiday-like atmosphere infuses everyday life, all is not well. Karen McLaren and her friends in the Jimi Hendrix Supper Club are concerned about the prospect of a corporate takeover of the Club Britannia complex by an enormous corporation, Mountbatten Holdings. They envisage arguments aplenty. What they don't expect is the dramatic death of one of the multinational company's employees during a residents' meeting. I guess also if you're looking for a book with a black cover, that would be a contender. Summer Death at Meringues, the 5th in the Meringue Mysteries. The Dead End is the subtitle by Carol Marples. What's your poison? Cocktails will be the death of me. It's a balmy summer evening, and I'm living the high life in Buttersley Manor, a special guest of the Dowager Lady Ram. I'm wearing an exquisite vintage dress, and the cocktails are to die for, but beneath the veneer of gentility runs a sewer of secrets and lies. Sir Galahad enjoys trysts in the rose garden with his glamorous secretary. His wife has a fondness for sharp objects, and the dowager's son is drowning in debt. I'm feeling this is a tongue-in-cheek kind of murder. Music Hall Queen, the 2nd in the Cotton Cops Mysteries by Anna Markland. A murder in a Lancashire music hall in 1862 sets the stage for the historical mystery. A dazzling performance, a deadly encore. Beneath the flickering gaslights of the once grand Hippodrome Music Hall, star performer Maggie Chadwick grapples with her abusive marriage and fading dreams. Her husband and manager, Fred, controls her every move on stage and off. When she catches the attention of wealthy department store owner Edouard Deschanel, a new possibility begins to take shape. End of that row. Savvy Summers and Sweet Potato Crimes by Sandra Jackson Opoku. First in the Savvy Summer Mysteries. This is her debut. Set on the south side of Chicago, featuring the quick-witted, unforgettable Savvy Summers, proprietor of Soul Food Cafe. When Savvy Summers first opened Essie's Soul Food Cafe, she never expected her customer favorite sweet potato pie to become the center of a murder investigation. But when Grandy Jaspers, the 75-year-old neighborhood womanizer, drops dead at table 2, she suddenly has more to worry about than just maintaining Essie's reputation for the finest soul food in the Chicagoland area. Even as the police deem Grandy's death an accident, Savvy quickly finds herself and her beloved cafe in the middle of an entire city's worth of bad press. Desperate to clear her name and keep her business afloat, Savvy and her snooping assistant manager, Penny Lopez, take it upon themselves to find who really killed Grandy. And that is all we have. Let me make this list public. And I will put the link here. If y'all want to look at it, I can leave it up until Sunday morning. Kim says, it's ridiculous. I just can't. Me either. I won't give it attention. Cajun, I got the whole Bunbury on audio during the last sale. Bundles of 3 books for between $2 and $3 a piece. Haven't tried them yet, though. What's the one? Is it not the Midsummer Murders? Midworth? I don't have them, but I've been interested in those audiobooks because they're short-ish. I mean, I've seen them instead of specific, but not just made up words. Yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah. I've heard of them. Call me, my pronoun is Z or whatever. Or they. I read a book where they were, what was it? That AI one. There was a forensic scientist who preferred they, which is very awkward in reading. It's not a they, it's a person. Cage's Mailbot just posted 817. A scavenger hunt next in favorite series is the prompt. Well, I suppose I have several of those. Cages, someone told my parents to name me Kimberly. Think about it with my last name. Oh no! Oh yeah, no. Oh, I'm glad. Oh, honey. All righty. Well, that is all we have today. Next week, we'll start a whole new batch of Cozy Mysteries on Monday. We're on just Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays now while I work on a writing project. So hope you guys have a good Friday. Have a good weekend if I don't see you, but I do hope to see you guys. Our sprints are tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. Stay cool. Read good books. And as the banner says here, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. It should be around for some tomorrow, if not the beginning. That's right, you're on vacation, so I know it's bittersweet, but have a good time. Kim says, should see you tomorrow. Yay! And Cage says, y'all have a good day. Back at you, baby. All righty. And Kim says, have a great day. Back at you, baby. All righty. See you soon. Don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. God bless.